welcome back to Wheezy MMA. I'm Wheezy, and we got a couple things to go over today. Starting off, I'm going to go over why I think Strickland vs. Hernandez is going to become a certified hood classic this weekend. I mean, for starters, does it even need to be said? We have Deshaun Strickland going up against Anthony Walk 'em Down Hernandez. Are you kidding me? These guys are gonna brawl. I know Strickland doesn't always necessarily have the most exciting fights, but I personally believe that's because the guys he's fighting don't want to engage with him. I don't think Anthony Hernandez is gonna have that problem. He's saying in an interview he did yesterday, I believe, February 18th, he's saying, I'm excited for the fight. Like I said, I hope he keeps that same fucking online energy in the fucking cage because I'm going to fucking torture him. This, of course, is in response to the post Strickland made. I see nothing wrong with this. This is just good, clean fun. But that's just me. So he's saying he's going to torture him. I'm not focused on trying to take him out of there fast in the first round. I don't mind fucking torturing a motherfucker for all 25 minutes. I really do enjoy hurting people. As fucked up as it sounds, it's therapeutic as hell to me. So I don't know. I'm going to come, and if I can get the finish, awesome. If not, I'm going to fucking enjoy it. So, from the sounds of that, it sounds like Fluffy is down to engage with Sean. If Sean fights anything like what he posts on his Instagram, like this, if Sean fights with a fraction of that intensity, this is going to be a certified hood classic, no doubt about it. This is going to be an absolute war. Just let this play through. They're throwing flying knees. Oh, teep kick. Know it's gonna come. You know it's gonna come. Even Fluffy himself during the press conference was asked, like, how do you think this fight is going to go? What do you think he's going to do? And all he said is the same thing he always does. Same thing he always does. Jab and teep and jab and teep. And I do see that maybe happening, but I feel like with Paramount, white boys, I can say this, I'm a white boy. White boys are motivated by money. And with the new bonus incentives going around, I think Strickland's going to go out there and try and bang. I think Fluffy's going to try and bang. And if he doesn't try and bang, he's going to try and get him on the ground and submit him. Strickland's wrestling's too good. Sorry, my cats were going crazy. But as I was saying, I think Strickland's wrestling is just too good. You know, there's an old saying, it was made popular again by Justin Gagey. It goes somewhere along the lines of, if one man can hold you down, what can two do? You know, I think Strickland heard that at a young age. Definitely heard that at a young age. And I think he took it to heart, which is a good thing, for sure. I just don't see Fluffy Hernandez being able to hold Strickland down. I think this is going to be a mostly stand-up fight with these two guys just chucking bombs at each other. I think Strickland's going to, I do agree with Anthony Hernandez. I think Strickland's going to kind of get a little bit angry in this fight and start chucking bombs. And I think Fluffy's also going to chuck bombs. This is going to be a certified hood classic. I'm telling you guys right now. Mark my words. Come back to this video. If Strickland fights anything like he does in these videos on his Instagram, anything, if he fights anything like this, it's gonna be a banger. I'll just let this play through for a little while. Look at what Sean Strickland's fights could be. Why does he not do this? We don't know. I have a couple of theories. I think it's because his opponents don't necessarily want to engage with him. And I don't think Fluffy Hernandez is going to have that problem. It's going to be a banger. 5-round fight. It's going to decision. Sean Strickland's going to win it 49-46. Mark my words. Now, for what you guys have probably been waiting for, you saw the title, probably clicked on it because of this. Dan Hooker's homosexual? Maybe? I don't know. This is coming from Tony Has Died. Super reliable source, alright? Alleged evidence. I believe it's his wife or baby mama that is leaking this stuff and exposing him. I'm not really sure. That's some questionable stuff. For sure. That's questionable on the recently visited. That's probably more than questionable, if we're being honest. That's sus at this point. Yeah, some real weird stuff Dan Hooker has been asking people. I don't know about all this. I'm not well versed in this area of stuff going on. It's some freaky ass messages for sure. He paid me a lot to shut the fuck up, y'all. TK Grace. Yeah, so it looks like it's his ex-girlfriend or ex-wife, potentially. I do not believe it's his baby mama. All this stuff is still on her Instagram. I can pull it up right now. It's still all on her story. Wild stuff that she is accusing Mr. Hooker of. I'm gonna get copyrighted if I use some of this music here, but just crazy stuff. Like what do we got going on, Dan? I don't even want to read some of this stuff. This is like just wild to me. Let me say, yeah, wild stuff happening in the MMA community right now. She accuses him of abuse later on in these, I believe. This is crazy. That word starts with a B. A B as in boy. What are we doing here, Dan? Yep, stop abusing women physically, financially, and mentally. If anything happens to harm me in any way, it was him. So yeah, if I end up in a suitcase somewhere, y'all know who did it. X. Is the X is like a British and Australian thing, right? Like that's not important. That's not the important subject. All right. Anyone that thinks this shit is fake is so dumb, and no, I'm not trying to ruin his career. He's doing that himself with his trash grappling. Crazy takes happening. I'm here for it. Yeah, so and then she starts kind of coping on her story afterwards. But, yeah. Crazy stuff happening in the MMA community right now. Dan Hooker, potentially, maybe, possibly, in my opinion, could be a homosexual. Hurts to say, man. Hurts to say. But anyway, Strickland versus Hernandez, going to decision. Strickland's winning that shit. Put money on it. This is Wheezy MMA. I'm Wheezy, and I'm out. Have a good one.